directed me to the DISO, who was the acting RDC. We had a talk show initially sponsored by UNAP when we were discussing issues about COVID-19 vis-a-vis this population, people with visual impairment. And this was after realizing that throughout a number of interventions of government, there was no mention about people with visual impairment. And yet this was a very vulnerable population that they cannot see where they are going, they cannot see where there is a hand washing facility, they cannot see whether you're putting on a mask, they cannot see whether you've sanitized before touching them. And these people move with guides, which guides they don't know what they do when they are not with them. So it became a very key issue and pertinent to us, and saying that really this population needed further attention. And also, remember during the government interventions and the issues to do with the lockdown movement, when there was a movement ban, this population could not move without a guide. And yet they were not allowed to move with the issues of social distancing. Yet for them they cannot social distance because the guide has to be besides them. And yet the enforcement could not sometimes understand that this was a person with visual impairment. And maybe they are moving on a border and the traffic has stopped them and said, move aside, the person is remaining seated. He's not even seeing where they are saying to go. And they end up being victims and culprits of these situations. So we realized that there was need to have this multi-sectoral approach of sensitization, that yes, they were having issues, but even us ourselves were not sensitized. Nobody had opened our eyes to realize that there is this population. If you found them on the roadside, even if you're saying that go the other side, you need to first know that is the person seeing where I'm telling him or her to go. So we realized that there was need for this sensitization. So we carried out a talk show to sensitize these masses. After the talk show, they said we need to meet the task force, key people in the task force, so that we can also sensitize them and discuss with them what can we do. When we were giving out food, I remembered to the populations, vulnerable populations, lest did it come to us that the people with visual impairments were more vulnerable than all other people with the disabilities. We prioritized the people with the disabilities, I remember, where we invited them and gave them food packages. But the people with the disabilities, the ones with the physical disabilities, can easily see where the food is and can be able to pick the kilograms they want, compared to the visual impaired, who has to sit and wait for somebody to reach them with the food. So, in such a discussion, we realized that this was a key population, and we realized that in subsequent interventions, and in any situation that comes again, that we have a lockdown of a kind, and there is such a prioritization of food supply or any benefits, we could consider this population as key in some of these government interventions. Equally to education, government was giving out to study materials, and it was publicized study materials to the community, the villages, but we were not considering people with visual impairment, because this population with their study materials are very unique compared to other populations. But throughout, I think when you are receiving the study materials for RDC, you never got the one for special needs. It was general study materials. So that's why we said that we needed to have this multi-sectoral engagement so that we can inform decision making at our level and as a district. And in that meeting we made the commitments and said, for us as VN, we are committed to work together with this population, and we are committed to ensure that services reach these people, and we shall prioritize them in any intervention. And that's why I've presented to you the commitments that we made, that we shall discuss later on, the status of those commitments, and also hear from UNAP. So Bernard, I mainly wanted to give us that preamble about UNAP and our engagement with them. So they are part of us because they have their leadership in Viende, where they have a chairperson for the UNAP in Viende, who leads also coordinating their fellow colleagues in such a population. And we have a big population of this category, because when we looked at the statistics, as per the census of 2014, we are, I think, we're number 3 in the region. We are number 3 in the region, in the Soga region, with people with visual impairment. We have a very big population. So, which means that as we are even addressing the already ones who are already visually impaired, how can we prevent people from getting visual impairment? That should be our key goal. What interventions can we do to ensure that people don't get visually impaired? Much as we already have those ones who are already impaired, but how would we prevent more to get that level? So that one is within our capacity as a district. and we shall discuss further. I will present to you what we have discussed and what we are doing to ensure that this population and services are mainstream to them.